Right, let's talk books. Hey guys, my name's Abby and today I'm going to be sharing with you my 3 favourite books from the last 12 months. And oh boy, I've done some reading. Each book that I've chosen has come from a different genre just to spice things up a bit. So without further ado, I will stop babbling and I'll just get on with it. We'll start this list off with the most recent read off of this list, which is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. This YA fantasy is the 3rd book in the Infernal Devices series, and honestly, it touched my heart in places books have never touched me before. This book takes place in the ever-growing Shadowhunters universe and is set in 1870s London. It follows the Shadowhunters of the London Institute and their Downworlder friends as they try and defeat Mortimer and his Clockwork army. With Tessa's heart torn between Will and Jem, we finally get what we have been waiting for. She finally chooses who she will be with for the rest of their lives, and it has a crushing yet heartwarming ending that just leaves you wanting more from the entire series and from these characters, but it's a nice way to end the series. To cut a long story short, I cried throughout the entirety of this book. Yeah. And what's more, I cried on a train. You know, public affection for a book. That's always good. It's really not. The strangers on the train stayed strangers, I can tell you that right now. I have honestly never read such a powerful and emotive piece of writing in my whole life. And it's not just like the ending that was emotive, like I honestly felt so gripped by the entire book. It was amazing. This book is one that I will honestly treasure for my entire life and is such a fitting way to end this series that I hold so dear to my heart, and I'm just so happy it exists. The second book on my list of favourites from the last 12 months is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This contemporary mystery thriller novel takes place in Bayview High School in the US, and after 5 students are caught with phones they had no knowledge of possessing, they're all put into detention, and things unfold. Simon, who is the school's resident gossip, drops dead, and the 4 who are left in the room are all suspects. The Yale hopeful, the baseball star, the beauty queen, and the drug dealer. These 4 seemingly normal students have very big secrets that they would possibly kill to keep quiet. This book will make you think, and not only in your Sherlock Holmes deductions that I know you all do when you read mystery thrillers. Don't lie, I know you do it. Get your magnifying glass out and you think, I know who did it. Oh, now I know who did it. Oh, maybe not. But it also makes you think about the consequences of your actions. There are some twisted themes in this book that are obviously necessary to the plot, which make it a very interesting read, I must admit. I was constantly trying to piece together all of the evidence that you're given, and I was trying to solve the crime myself. But it turns out I am not Sherlock Holmes, and I should indeed stay the John Watson that I am. Not to be dramatic or anything, but this is the best book that's ever been written. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue is a stunning piece of historical literature by Mackenzie Lee that I fully immersed myself in, and I will fully immerse myself in for the rest of my waking days. Because this book is fantastic. In every way, shape and form. In 18th century England, Lord Henry Montague, or Monty as we all know, sets off on a tour of Europe with his best friend Percy and his sister Felicity. The tour goes slightly awry when Monty picks up and takes with him a seemingly insignificant box from a noble Frenchman. And when I say slightly awry, I mean it changes from a tour to a sort of manhunt. This book's got everything. Honestly, it's got humour, it's got adventure, it's got strong female empowerment, it's got LGBTQ plus appreciation, it's got racial diversity, it's got pirates. What more could you want? There is honestly nothing I can criticize about this book. It's honestly amazing, and I'm not one to be easy on books. I have strong opinions on some books I have read. So, for me to say that this is honestly faultless is quite strong, but I think it deserves it, personally. It was nice to have a book that I could understand, even though it was set in a historical time, I could still understand it all. It wasn't in weird, different, old-fashioned languages, even though that is good if you use it in a way that people can understand and not complicate things, which I've read before, but this, no. Easy. Well, not easy to read, like, it's long, very long. And it's nice to have a book that has so many themes incorporated into it, like I said before, and they're all done well. There's not anything I think, oh, you kind of missed that a bit, you kind of mucked that bit up just a little bit. No, it's all well written and well seen to, that it incorporates everything that it needs to and doesn't leave things up in the air. It's very factual and you know where you stand when you read this book, and it's just so, oh, I just love it. I just love the book, honestly. The Gentleman's Guide is a stunning piece of literature that I recommend to anyone. No matter what you like to read, I would recommend giving this a go. And if you don't like it, that's fair, that's your opinion. So yes, they are my 3 favourite books of the last year. Thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you very soon for more book stuff.